Welcome to day 31 of our school year. Starting that new row there. Alright, our beginning fraction. Our denominator is 180 because that's the total amount of school days. We're on day 31. Now we want to look at that numerator. Is that numerator prime or composite? Let's look and see. 31 is circled, so 31 is prime. So that means our numerator already has a prime factorization. 31 is the only prime number I can divide it by, so that is it. We do our prime factorization for our denominator. It's even, so I can divide by 2. Half of 18 is 9, and then my placeholder. It's even again, so I can divide by 2 again. Half of 9 I can't do, but I can go down to 80. Half of 80 is 40, and then half of 10 is 5. That ends in a 5, so I can divide by 5. I get 9. 9 I could divide by 3, and I get 3. So my prime factorization for my denominator is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And for my numerator is 31. So let's look for common numbers. Remember, not digits, because this is 31, not just a 3. So unless I see a 31 down here, then I'm done. There's nothing in common. And this is why I can't simplify, because there's nothing in common in the numerator and denominator. So my greatest common factor is 1. So let's make our groups of 1. Done. How many total groups of 1 do we have? 180. How many groups of 1 are shaded in? 31. We're still going to prove it with our algorithm. We divide both by 1. So 180 divided by 1, and 31 divided by 1. 1 times 100 is 100. Number's the same, zero's the game, more on top, no need to stop. Bring it over here. 80 times 1 is 80. Number's the same, zero's the game. Add our partial quotients, we get 180. Over here, 30 times 1 is 30. We get 1. More on top, no need to stop. Number's the same, zero's the game. And then 1 times 1 is 1. Number's the same, zero's the game. 30 plus 1 is 31. So are going to check divisor times quotient plus remainder, divisor times quotient plus remainder. Well, each of those remainders is 0, so that is the identity property of addition. When you add 0, it stays the same. And then here we get the identity property of multiplication. When you multiply by 1, it stays the same. So those two properties affect actually both addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division, that they end up the same result. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3. That matches, 31 matches, 180 matches. So our fraction is definitely 31 over 180. Okay, let's go ahead and now fill in our data collection page. Trimester 1, week 7. Our date today is 9/20/19, and our fraction is 31 180th. 31 is a prime number, and it is not a factor of 180, so our only common factor is 1. Since we made groups of 1, you do not have to get out your number line. But there it is right there, 31 180ths, and there are no lines below it because there's not an equivalent fraction in lower terms. That is it. That's the simplest form. All right, go ahead and erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.